Good morning. Welcome to the Positive Side, coming live from the world headquarters of the Positive Side podcast. This is your host, Jeremy Todd. Excited that you're here. It's been a couple days. I had some family in from out of town. Just running around doing some hiking, hanging out with them. Got a little bit busy. Did not have a chance to run over here and do the podcast. So I wanted to come back today on a beautiful Saturday morning here in North Carolina. Rainy, warm though, so it's all good. We're going to a festival today. Should be a blast. This is gonna be my last really free weekend. I'm gonna start a new job, I believe, on Monday, and I'll give some updates on that probably Monday night or Tuesday morning. Exactly, I'm still nailing out some individual things on the pay plan and things like that. Not to get too far into it, but I know what I'm worth, and I've talked about a few different podcasts before that know what you're worth, know how much value you bring to the marketplace, and when you know that, and when you have extreme confidence with that, you can talk about pay plans, negotiate pay plans a little bit stronger because that confidence just comes out of your pores. So I would encourage you to think about that too. Listen to the past podcasts. Check out the website, jeremytodd.com. Get on that mailing list. Had a bunch of people on the mailing list this week, which is kind of exciting. Check out the YouTube channel. I got that. You can come and check out me live on, not live, but recording in the world headquarters down in my son's room. Also, Facebook page, man. Talk about getting some traction. That sucker's blowing up too. Check that out, The Positive Side on Facebook. Give me a 5-star rating if you can. That would be fantastic also. Today, the last few days, I have thought about what keeps me up at night. And I'm wondering if you've ever asked yourself the same question. What keeps you up at night? And I'm going to ask some of these people that I'm interviewing with coming up soon. I think I've asked that the last couple of interviews. But, with Sam Crowley coming up here in a few weeks, I'm going to be asking him what keeps him up at night and really what keeps me up at night. And I'm probably going to butcher explain what exactly it is, but what keeps me up at night is knowing that when I'm sleeping and I'm not getting better, someone else is getting better besides. So my competition is constantly getting better. That eats at me and wears me out to no extreme. I always feel like if I'm not getting 100% better every single day and constantly working, I'm getting passed by someone else that is more focused, working harder than I am, and doing the things that I should be doing when I'm not working. That does two things. And one, it stresses me out a little bit, but two, it also pushes me to strive for more, to continue to work. When I'm tired, I think, well, who's coming after me? Now, this is a position I'm going to be starting. It's a sales manager position. And there will be people there that are going to be wondering what's he doing, why is he a sales manager? I've never worked there before, and typically at dealerships they hire within. But I know those people there are going to be out for me for sure. For just number one, competitive wise, they're going to say, "Well, I'm going to prove it to these guys why I should be the sales manager, not this guy that you're hiring off the street that no one actually knows." So I love that too. I mean, that's like an additional pushing factor that pushes me. So you're going to see big things come out of me because as I've been working consistently on the podcast, there's no real competition behind me. Sure, there's other people that are trying to enter the same marketplace, and I need to keep pushing that bell. But when I get into a business where people are coming after me, they want my position, it lets me kick it up a notch. So that's what I'm going to be doing here the next few weeks. I'm really excited about it. Excited about starting new. I mean, this is going to be a wild experience. I mean, I don't know anybody. I know the owner, and I know the owner's son, who's the general manager. That's it. I don't know anybody else there. So coming in Monday morning, it's going to be a blank slate. And, I love those opportunities, too, because you come in, everyone's kind of talking behind you. You kind of see him talking in the corners. What's this guy about? What's he doing? Why's this short guy coming in here? Who does he think he is? Why is he so happy and confident? It's funny. I hear that every time I start at a new place, and I'm sure, guaranteed I'll hear that Monday, but obviously none of that's going to fade me because I'm going to come in pretty focused. I've got a lot of things going on in my life, and we got, obviously, the new job starting, but we also have this podcast going and this business as well, and the speaking and coaching, which I absolutely love doing. So this is just going to absolutely supercharge, energize me. I'm going to be able to put some more money into the business and advertise that a little bit better and get more people on board to listen to things that you're listening to. I mentioned the other day I'm over 3,000 downloads for the podcast, which is awesome, but I'm way over that now. I mean, like I said, when you start getting some momentum and you start getting, you start rolling in your life and things start happening for you, it's almost contagious. It's not just one area of my life, it's 2 areas of my life, and then it's 3 areas of my life. We're going to start looking for a house to buy. I'm going back to Indiana for a golf tournament. The things that I have going on, I mean, I am so busy, but I wouldn't want to have it any other way. These things push me and push me and push me to not let me take a day off mentally. Now sometimes I'll take a day off from work or take a day off from a podcast, whatever the case is, but I'm constantly thinking. I'm constantly doing emails, checking out the Facebook page, doing stuff for the golf outing. When you have this momentum going on in your life, and it's positive momentum, everything seems to get going a little bit faster, a little bit stronger, a little bit better. People keep asking you, what's going on with this guy, or why is he so jacked? Why is he so busy? Sam Crowley's got a thing on his podcast. He says, when you're on fire, people will travel from miles around to watch you burn. And there's no question about that, because that's what happens is when you get this momentum going on in your life and you start pushing yourself in different areas, whether it be career, family, a sports team you're involved with, it doesn't matter. It's interesting to see how fast this stuff can take off. So these last few months where I haven't really been at an actual, quote unquote job, but I've been working on this podcast and working on this business to a point now where it's pretty much click and play now. I just need to tweak a couple things here and there. So I've got this thing locked down that is getting ready to take off. I've got this new job getting ready to take off. I've got looking for a new house to buy, trying to get approved for mortgages and stuff like that. We're going to go look at a new car to buy. I mean, things are exciting, and I'm glad you're watching. I'm glad you're listening. But that's the stress that you got to get in your life, and that's the stuff that keeps me up, because it's positive. It's momentum. It's thinking, who's going to get better? Who's going to be better than I am at my job? Who's going to be better than me at this podcast? How am I going to keep this momentum going? That's what keeps me up at night. And I'm wondering, does that keep you up at night? Or do negative things keep you up at night? How am I going to pay this bill tomorrow? Gosh, I've got this loved one we're fighting. What are we going to go through tomorrow? I got this job I just can't stand going to. Man, do I really want to go back to it? Does that keep you up at night? Because if that keeps you up at night, you're going down the wrong path, and you need to stop today and pick your path and change that negative stress to positive stress for the positive things that keep you up at night. Little things like this. Let's look at this. And those three things I just mentioned. You've got, how am I going to pay these bills tomorrow? You know what? Just pay the smallest one. That gives you a little bit of momentum. You're like, okay, I'm going to knock this little one out and take care of this one. Now I'm not going to worry about that one. You don't have to pay them all. Pay the most important one. Pay the utility bill. Well, I got my loved one that we're fighting, and I'm not sure what's going to happen tomorrow morning when she gets up or when he gets up. We've been fighting a bunch, and I just don't know what to say. Well, I got an idea. Wake up and start the conversation out in a positive way. Just wake up and say, hey, you know what? I've been thinking about this overnight. I've said some bad things, but the past is in the past. Let's work forward. Let's get better. I want this relationship to work. That should be your stress. That should be your mentality, is how they're going to react to this. And I promise you, when you step up as a leader and you make that comment, things are going to change. Same thing with your career, your job. If you're waking up the next morning, man, I just can't stand my job. You know what? Go in and change it. Go in and tell someone how you feel. It'll make you feel better. So what if you lose your job? Like I talked about before, you've got confidence. You're not going in there to scream and yell and make a temper tantrum and all that good stuff. But sometimes when people don't know how you feel, they don't know how to treat you or react to you. You got to let people know. And again, you don't have to be rude about it. Just tell them what you think. As I mentioned, when I left my last job, there was no hard feelings when I left. I didn't go out and blaze a glory. I didn't, swear at everybody when I left. It just didn't work out. These are my concerns. I understand they're not going to get any better. So today was my last day. So that's how I left that job. And then one door opens, one door closes, another door opens. Now I've got more opportunities. So think about the negative stress that's in your life. Flip it to positive stress. And let the positive things keep you up at night. The exciting things. The things that the great opportunities that are ahead of you in the next year, in the next month, the next week, the next day, whatever the case is. But think about those opportunities and let those keep you up at night. Think about the people that are coming to get you, that want to be better than you. Blow them away. That's why we listen to these podcasts. That's why we that's why we go to the JeremyTodd.com and get this Monday motivation video. This is why we do the things we do, because we want to continue to get better. So I appreciate you listening to the podcast. It's going to be a fantastic week. I'll update you. I'll probably be live unless something jumps out of me tomorrow. Then of course, how that usually goes. Something jumps in my mind. I got to jump on the podcast and tell everybody about it. But if not, I'll check in with you Monday after the first day of the gig. Pending that it goes okay, pending my negotiations with the pay plan go through. That should come through today, hopefully. Monday's creeping up pretty quick, but I'll keep you posted. Live, raw, and uncut from the world headquarters of the positive side. I am your host, Jeremy Todd. iTunes 5-star rating, that would be awesome. Send me that email that you did it, and I'll give you a 15-minute pump up motivational call, and we'll get your week started out right. Again, this is The Positive Side.